good good evening, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. This is Dalek 451, the new Dalek Emperor, and after I am back and finally. it's been it's been a while since I actually did my own live stream. I've been guesting on a few other people's streams, but this is the first time in a couple of weeks since I've done my own stream, and I thought it's about time I did one again. So here we are. Uh, Here we are again. I'm here and I am ready to receive to chat with you, whatever you want to chat about, but don't and I have my good friend Moises Mongeya in the chat. Hey, I'm Moises. Oh, and King Dolphin TV. Hey, Raymond. Thank you very much for popping in. And if you've got the time, Raymond, you can feel free. The StreamYard link is already posted there if you want to come on. So I understand if you're too busy to. And Moises, come on up if you were saying to me that the stream didn't start. Well, it started now, so come on up if you can, if you're available. So, right. Well, right. First stream back in a couple of weeks, and quite a lot has happened. Obviously, a lot has happened since I last live streamed. Quite a few things in pop culture. Oh, got my first guest on. Well, hello, Raymond.
Hey, how you doing, Dalek? Let me do that. And how you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. Thanks.
Long time no see.
And Hell Pop Culture Curator, thank you for coming in.
Hell Pop Culture Curator.
It's been sure as. Oh man.
I'm glad you came. I'm glad you were able to stop by for a longer time on our stream. We had
on your stream, yeah.
Had a blast.
Yeah, we did. It was great on your stream. I had a great laugh talking about the old Looney Tunes cartoons.
Yeah,
that was great. And what else did we talk about while I was there?
Oh, medical jokes.
Oh yeah.
It was a fun stream.
It was really fun. Yeah. And again, and like I've already said, I thought, well, I've not streamed myself in a while, so I thought, hey, it's about time I did another one.
Nothing wrong with that.
I wonder if now that I've started, I wonder if Captain Courtney Spock will shut off his stream and come and join us. Because usually he does. So I'm guessing, right? So Raymond, I'm guessing you've got a lot of stuff coming up, haven't you?
Oh yeah. I've actually I'm actually scheduled. I've actually got things all the way through a good part of July.
Wow. Yeah, you're a busy man.
Yeah. It's I've been hitting the pavement, so to speak, to get interviews and stuff like that.
Oh, well, hey, we got our second guest, the one and only Fed for Hire.
Oh, man.
To the channel, sir.
What's up, brother man? What's up?
I think this is your first time here. Welcome.
I think so. Glad to be here.
And Wendy Webb's in the chat. Hail, Wendy
Oh.
Webb. First time on your first time here. Welcome. You are very much welcome.
Come on in, Wendy.
And
It's so nice to talk to everyone. It's been so long.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. And what a time to do it. A nice long weekend and a chance to get together with everybody.
Indeed.
Absolutely, Raymond.
Yeah.
And Moises, I feel like I kept you waiting. So are you free to come on? Are you still out there? Wonder where he's got to. Yeah, what? All right, so this stream's obviously a bit out of nowhere, so I don't this I guess is kind of like the stream you were doing, Raymond. You know, you're just a chill stream. Wendy Webb, hey, welcome.
How's it going? It's been so long. I've missed you.
What, you miss me?
I saw you guys. It was so
Yeah,
fun.
long time no see. You don't call, you don't write.
I think she meant she missed you with her gun.
Yeah.
I always keep it handy.
Hey, Moises, you're here. You're back. Come on up if you can. Got some great folks here, Moises. You got good Raymond from King Dolphin TV. We've got Wendy Webb. We got the brilliant Fet for Hire, which I gotta say, Fet, thank you again so much for this.
Oh, that is so
You're
cool.
welcome.
Yeah.
The dollar choo
Everything
choo.
you do is cool. I wish I was as cool as you, Fet.
There's the Dalek train.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Thomas the Dalek engine. No, Dalek the tank engine, or whatever I called it.
Is that the crazy train?
Indeed.
Wow.
What are we talking about?
Oh.
It's since I this stream's a bit random. I don't really have a set topic, so
Oh, okay.
That's because part 2.
Yeah.
Just because part. Oh yeah, that could be like think like that. Just cause part 2. Yeah.
Yeah. TM. Oh yeah, there's the work. Okay.
Oh, hello. What we got here? Hello.
Oh my gosh. John, I've missed you
Hi
so
there.
much.
Yeah, long time no see, guys. How you doing?
Hey, John.
Hey, brother John.
Hi there.
Why don't I get rid of that? There, that's better.
Yes, it will be coming apart.
Oh,
John,
yeah.
John Randall. Welcome to my channel. Thank again. A lot of firsts tonight. Oh, lost him. Where's he gone?
Uh-oh.
There was an echo. He may have gotten out to come back in.
Yeah.
And in Sky and the Dragon, the Dragons are trying sometimes the tank, and it's from a mod. Right, Moises. So you come. So again, Moises, you're gonna join us.
Yeah, come on in.
I almost said the water's fine.
Yeah.
Wrong show.
Yeah, wrong
What
show.
happened to John?
Got my boob armor on.
What's happened to John Randall? He was here a moment ago, then we lost him.
Mm-hmm.
He's like that. He disappears and vanishes and whatnot.
Oh.
He comes back.
He's
He's
back.
back.
Hey, John.
There he
Hi
is.
there.
John.
Apparently, Pudgy pushed a button.
Oh no.
Oh,
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Well,
How you doing, folks?
at least we're not in the mirror universe.
Not yet.
Yeah, where was Pudgy? Where was Pudgy tonight?
He was with Mama Eagle.
Oh,
I
I
guess
see.
family thing.
that'd be fun if Pudgy was here.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was family fun with Mama Eagle.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I understand.
Holiday time. Oh,
Oh, there's a new one.
Oh, you don't know. You mean what? You don't know if you can come on, Moises.
Ah, you can come on.
No, you can come. You can come on, Moises, or unless you got a bad connection. So is that
Or
the
you could-
problem?
Or you could come on Eileen.
Come on, Eileen.
I don't bite. Odd.
Aw,
Only when you ask.
she does have catheters and thermometers, though.
Yeah,
yes.
gotta have my
And she-
toys.
And she knows how to use them.
Yes. How do
I
you
do.
Now, there's a ZZ Top video I never want to see.
There's a lot of things I wish I hadn't seen.
Mm,
Oh. Let's see here.
so what was that I saw? Thomas the Tank Engine there?
Oh
Cain,
yeah.
Cain lives in death. Who's Cain, Moises? What? Thomas the Tank Engine? Oh, what? You mean
The Avatar.
Oh, you mean you mean this?
Yeah.
What kind of loser made that?
Oh, that looks even better. In Lancaster, Pennsylvania, at Strasburg Railroad, they have a real live Thomas the Tank Engine running, painted up, has the face, scares the hell out of people.
Does this when you pull the chain? Does it go exterminate, exterminate?
Maybe I should. Okay, maybe I should. I should switch my avatar here.
Why not?
Cool. Kind of reminds me of that armored train in that movie, The Train, with Burt Lancaster.
The train.
Yeah, it's a story of an art train that the French are trying to steal from the Germans at the end of World War II.
Oh, I've seen that film.
Yeah, great film.
There's,
Lots of
yeah.
train wrecks in it. So
yeah, a lot of train wrecks in it.
it was all surplus
So-
equipment that they figured they could wreck on film. But it's a great story along with it, so that makes it worth it.
Ah.
It was right. So yeah, it was cool. Train full of so the train ends with a train. The film ends with like the train getting derailed and
Yeah, they end up shooting the prisoners that were lined up on the engine, and then trying to unload all the art into the retreating German army's trucks. And the German army just says the heck with this, and they keep on retreating. So it's just Burt Lancaster and Paul Schofield as the German commander who's obsessed with the art. And finally Lancaster just shoots him, but it's a really powerful scene at the end there. Great movie. And some of the shop scenes, actually, Burt Lancaster actually did some of the work on the locomotive in that movie, and it's filmed him pouring one of the Babbitt brass sparings for the drive rod on the engine, and carrying it up and over and putting it on there. Pretty cool stuff for somebody who's into railroad.
You know, and Hell Wookie Fever 1969. Good to see you.
Hello there.
Hello there, sir.
Hell, Wookie Fever.
Wookie Fever.
And no, Moises. I did more of CNC. Not. I don't really. I have no idea what that is. What's CNC, Moises?
That be the game before D&D?
Alphabetically, yes.
Yeah.
Ah. See the benefits of a classic education,
Mm-hmm.
which I never received.
Nor I.
Speaking of Moises, look who's here. Hey, Moises.
Hello.
Hello there.
Hell.
Glad you could come on.
Thanks.
Since I've now gone live on my own channel, I wonder if my brother's watching.
Maybe could be right now.
Uh-oh, we got some echo.
Uh-oh.
Echo.
I think it's coming from you, Moises. Yeah, it's coming from him. It was coming from him.
I hear a Snickers bar.
Ooh,
You can hear a Snickers bar?
you can hear a Snickers bar?
Something being unwrapped. Sounded like a Snickers.
You can tell the difference between a Snicker wrapper and any other wrapper? I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but was I right?
Hail, Captain Courtney Spock. Wait, good to see ya.
Oh, hello there.
Hello there.
Hell. Hell? Hello?
Hello.
Moises, how you do?
He's
Oh, he
muted.
might have had his YouTube on along with the StreamYard.
He's muted himself.
Is this better?
Oh, we can hear you now.
Yep. There you go.
Look who's here. Hail, Captain. Good to see you. Yeah.
Hi there.
Hello there.
Hell.
Hello.
Greetings from the USA.
Hello.
Ooh, we got somebody is controlling the audio.
How about we move you up here, Captain? Yeah, that's better. So glad. Because you saw I was. Hey, so Captain, did you end your stream because you saw I was on?
No, because I was meant to be going on Cinema Gulp, but he's now behind schedule, so I'm meant to be going on Wi-Fi Nation, and he's behind schedule as well. And I noticed you're on, and I noticed the link, and I thought, I know, now I've got someone to annoy for a few minutes, and here we are now.
That's why we're all here.
Yeah.
Yay. Team effort, yo. Yeah, what are you up to, Dalek? What's new and different? What are you guys talking about?
That's just the thing. I can't. I think well
Yes.
we were talking about that. We were talking about that old movie called The Train, weren't we? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, apologize for this, but it kind of seems with my internet connection just happened.
Happens. We're going to have to start calling you Jimmy Two Times. Jimmy Two Times.
Although I have been switching from Wi-Fi serve to internet reception, and it seems like something's wrong.
Um,
And the audio kind of feels crooked.
Is it? Okay, okay. Well, I don't know if I should ask this, but has anyone here seen Kenobi?
Nope.
Negative.
I haven't.
Not in a million years, no.
I happened to catch it last night. It was my brother's birthday yesterday, and he had it on. He has Disney Plus, and his sons were watching it. I watched
Okay,
it with them.
all right.
And to say at least I am not touching this series with a 10-foot pole.
And I just thought I'd ask you all if any of you had seen it, just because I mean I know at least most of you won't have seen it or not going to. I do not blame you at all.
Well, the trailer looked good, but that's all I've seen of it.
Well, the trailers always look good though.
Yeah, but
That's the
They
way
broke
these
canon
days.
a couple of times already. They've already broken canon.
unfortunately, it's a beta switch.
I mean, I've watched everything Disney's done so far from the beginning, but this one here is just finally where I was like, I'm not, I'll wait. Maybe I'll watch it, but I'm in no hurry.
I don't have Disney Plus personally. I just happened to catch it because I was at my brother's house and his sons were watching it, so I sat down with them and watched it.
I don't fucking care Star Wars anymore.
Yeah, I don't have Disney Plus either. I'll just like buy like a prepaid credit card and just buy like a month or 2 months and watch the show and it's gone.
Yeah.
I didn't even bother this time.
Yeah, because Star Wars is kind of a dead horse. They're beating it for everything they can get out of it, and
Yeah.
You just know they're going to ruin
the
Obi-Wan.
thrill isn't there.
They're going to ruin Obi-Wan. You know it.
Oh
Of
yeah.
course.
Yeah.
Because it's Disney. What do you expect?
Well, they already
The thing that I'm really kind of wondering about with it is the Darth Vader. I want to see what happens with Darth Vader, but I don't want to buy Disney Plus to see it.
Yeah.
But I want to see the Darth Vader interaction. So
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I was always a big Hayden Christensen fan. When everybody hated him, I liked him. Everybody said he was whiny. I mean, Luke was whiny. That's why he turned to the dark side. It's all about him.
yeah,
I like Hayden.
right. I thought he did a good job. I mean, he was supposed to, and that George Lucas has even said he wanted him to have that monotone voice
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
beforehand, and that was what he wanted him to portray as Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah, he's
my
a better
right,
actor
right.
than I am.
Guys, I've got to go. Dalek, thank you. Everyone, it's been fun. It's gone very quickly. And
Yeah.
good day to you all. Good day.
All right, man. Nice
Well,
talking to you.
Good meeting you.
Cap. And
it was good. Well, it was good having you on, Captain. As brief as it was. Thank you very much. See you next time.
oh, and by the way, guys, have a few guys see She-Hulk?
Nope.
That's what I thought.
At least with that, the trailer actually did look bad because I saw that trailer and I was like, holy shit, what is this?
And I
like
like Tatiana Maslany. I liked what she did in Orphan Black.
Well, I mean, I've seen nothing of it but a picture, And my only question is, when she grows into the Hulk or the She-Hulk, does the shirt go away like it does with, regular Hulk?
Sadly.
Or does she have boob armor?
Yeah,
Yeah, does she have boom armor?
Too bad they never.
I'm,
Yeah,
I'm a
too
big
bad-
fan of boobs.
Wait. Wouldn't her boobs be the armor?
Mm.
Boom.
Essentially, with her, they probably would. With her, they would be.
Oh, boy.
Look, man, I don't mean to sound like I'm defending Disney too much, but come on, there's more on Disney Plus than just Star Wars and Marvel.
There is.
Well, there are the old shows. There's the old classic movies, and not to mention the old classic Star Wars and Star Wars movies, including the pre, and not to mention MCU movies one.
Look,
The Pirates of the Caribbean are on Disney Plus, I'm sure.
look. There's their older movies. There's their older shows. And if you live outside the United States, there's a lot more. Plus, I like watching some of the National Geographic stuff.
I remember National Geographic magazine. I've never seen any of their shows, though.
National Geographic magazine. My mom has from 1969 up to present. She's gotten National Geographic as a subscription for that many years.
God.
Wow.
Yeah, we had it back in the 70s.
Yeah. I
mean,
mean, over 50 years worth.
I mean, there is one upcoming good. Oh, hang on. What's Oh, I see.
What?
Thanks for sharing that, Pet for Hire.
And guess Donald Duck got the message, but he just got the first letter wrong.
Way to go, Fat.
I've spoken my piece.
Well, yeah, that's the joke. That's the joke, Moses.
Have I made my stance clear?
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yep.
Yep, I think we understand.
You have, sir. You have.
Okay.
But like I was saying, there is one show coming up, which for me at least I have to watch on Disney Plus if I want to watch it, and the Orville.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Never seen that either.
It's fine for you. If all of you all live in the United States, you can watch it on Hulu. I don't. The only place I can watch it is Disney Plus.
Yeah, it's a different deal over there. I guess you're dealing with
anymore.
different kinds of restrictions.
I do like the Orville. That was a good show.
Yeah,
That is. It is a good show.
Speaking of shows, have you guys watched Supernatural?
So, what's what?
Supernatural?
Did you say Supernatural?
Yes.
I've seen bits of it.
I have not.
I've never watched it.
No.
Well, I have, and also I do know that a friend Discord has.
A friend of yours on Discord has.
Oh yes.
What I've seen of it seems pretty good. Although I think they stretched the story over several years. But yeah, it looked interesting.
Whereas, although besides from scares and the scaring them, it does have a great story.
Yeah, there was the bit about the one fella entrapping Lucifer and him going up against the guy who tried to be God or something like that. It's been a while.
I have not even gotten through that yet.
Yeah, that's
I was getting started.
it was an interesting bit. I didn't catch the whole thing because it's just clips on YouTube. But
Well, I'll say at least the show is available on Netflix.
yeah, that's another one I don't have.
Yeah, me neither.
Because of the whole thing with Netflix.
Yeah, they're kind of screwy, and I really didn't approve of that cutie show they put on.
Whoa.
It was,
Yeah.
Let's not mention that.
Yes, I agree.
yeah, that was a bad one.
Yeah.
But
Oreos cookies.
Yeah. I mean, I get what you're saying, because I'm actually, I've had my Netflix subscription a lot longer than I originally planned.
I actually got my. I just held on with my Netflix subscription just to watch the next MLP G5 movie or show.
You actually watched that?
Well, yes, I still watch it.
Well, I don't. As far I don't want anything to do with G5.
Well,
I'm sorry. Look, Melissa, I'm sorry, but for me, G4 was MLP.
hang on just a minute. I'll be back in a minute. Gotta run upstairs quick.
Okay, John.
Yeah. I did. Yeah. Well, I did special that just came on Netflix.
Excuse me, Dalek, I'm going to step away for a moment. I'm going to get me some ice cream. I'll be right back.
Okay, you go get that ice cream, Raymond. So question. So Fit for Hire. What new projects have you got in the works?
Nothing major. One thing was pretty cool. I actually got contacted by the Doomcock camp, and they have an IMDb page now for Pop Culture Breakdown. And I was asked to, I was asked to do the poster, and IMDb approved it, and it's up now.
Wow, fantastic! That's amazing.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
Congratulations.
Moving up in the world.
Yes, you are.
Oh yeah, you are absolutely. So, and Wendy Webb, what's been happening with you?
Pretty much these days, all I do is work.
Just
I got married on April 9th, and then it's just been back to work ever since.
It's good. It's obviously very good work, because considering some of the. I mean, you've saved a few people's lives, right?
Not as many as I wish I could. I wish I could save all of them. So, but we try.
Come on. Hey, come on. Don't need to be humble. We need more people like you, Wendy, doing what you do.
I appreciate you saying that, but it's for me. It's not even a job. It's just something I love doing. It's a passion. It's just very interesting. No injury is the same.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. I mean,
You
I
love-
learned something from every single trauma. I
Your
learned
job
something.
is what you love doing.
Yeah. And I still continue, after 30 years of being a nurse, I'm still learning every day. So I very much enjoy what I do.
He's back.
Hello.
Hey,
All that
John.
talk of food earlier, I forgot to eat.
John was still thinking about that Snickers bar.
Yeah. Yeah. I would love a Snickers bar right now.
I think Raymond was too. He went to get some ice cream.
Hey, what's your-
So I was saying, I did watch the special on Netflix, and to say at least, the story of that special just feels weak.
I bet it does.
Okay, I'm back, guys.
I just
Welcome back, Raymond.
Were your ears ringing, Raymond?
Oh yeah.
What flavor's the ice cream?
yeah. The special feels weak the special feels weak that I gave it a 6 out of 10.
Boys, are you wearing earphones?
Well, I am wearing headphones.
Okay. It sounds like there's an echo of the stream coming from somewhere.
Yeah, you might have to mute your YouTube.
Yeah, if you've got a YouTube window open and the StreamYard window, mute the YouTube window.
Yeah.
No, it is mute. It is muted on my end.
Oh, okay.
The YouTube.
Yeah. What do you think? Oh, damn it. Yeah, I know you meant YouTube.
Yeah.
What kind of ice cream? Ray, what kind of ice cream? I didn't hear it.
Cookies and cream.
Oh.
Ooh, lovely.
You had me at cookies.
Love cookie ice. Love cookies. Mm.
One of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Nom, 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 nom.
Oh, that whole Cookie Monster thing earlier. That's what turned you on to the cookie and cream.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there you are. Dolly's down with me, the cat.
Ah.
Cat?
Yes. Yes. Dolly the pernicious cat.
Aww.
Yeah, she's so cute and nice right now.
See her, please.
Come here. Come on. Yeah, she's sitting over there looking for a mouse.
Well,
or something
Snoopy's over with his mommy, sleeping.
Come here. Oh, come back here. Come on. Oh, there's a dolly.
Aww.
So pretty.
What a cute kitty.
She's right on one side and
Dolly.
Calico on the other.
Aw.
I've seen adorable kitties.
Nice.
She's
Yeah.
so cute.
She's a good mouser.
She's beautiful.
Thanks.
She really is.
Yeah, she's a little friend. Aren't you? You're only down here because I left the door open. Oh, there you go. Go get a mouse. Or two. I caught her eating a bug the other day.
Ow.
That's one of those things. I don't know how cats tolerate bugs as, food or anything. Or if any of them are poisonous to them or whatever, but she's still, breathing and stuff and walking. So far, so good. So, yeah.
I was thinking of a meme I saw the one time. It showed a cat and it said, "You call them flies, I call them sky raisins."
I gotta remember that.
or jumping raisins.
Yeah. Mexican jumping raisins. I have to run that by Mexican Iron Man. Yes, I know. Yes. Buddy. Yeah.
Canadian Spider-Man, hail! Good,
Oh,
so good to see
yes,
you.
Canadian Spider-Man.
Whoa.
Hail, Canadian Spider-Man.
Hello, Canadian Spider-Man. How are you, sir?
And how's the weather up there?
That we love you. Very good.
I love me too. Love you, brother.
So good. Always great to see you, Spidey. So, feel free to come on if you want.
Come, join the party.
Yeah, the link's at the top of the chat, like it always is.
I'm still fighting that stupid bot where it seems like I have to go in every single time when I start my stream and have to remove the URL and put it back in order for it to show up again. So I'd be happy to hear any advice from anybody who uses the Stream Elements bot.
Thanks to you're gonna light the bonfire. Great. You're out by the fire again.
Or is it an indoor fire?
I'm back in the fire again.
Oh, it's after 8:30. I can pour myself a drink. Why am I just sitting here?
There we go. Oh, you're off the clock now.
Yeah, I've been off the clock today. But I never make me a cocktail till after 8:30.
Because you can get calls.
Yep.
Well, see, it's 9:40 here, so you could have had a drink an hour ago.
Yeah, I'm in the wrong spot.
Identified as Eastern time.
Yeah. I probably should eat first, though. Hell, Canadian Spider-Man. Should probably eat first. I haven't eaten since 11:30 this morning, so I probably gotta have me something to eat.
Think, Spider-Man.
Oh man, that echo's bad.
Yeah. Echo. Nope, I'm good.
What can you do? It's internet connection.
This is hey to John Rendell as well.
Hello there.
You've been eating red wine for meals.
Can you make a popsicle out of red wine?
Oh.
Sounds like a wager.
And it's in he says in Canada in February you can.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, my birthday's in February. I have to come up and visit. By the way, Dalek, maybe you can shed some light on something for me recently. I had heard that there was.
I'll try.
I had heard that there is a new law, or an addition to an existing law in England, that uh, poking fun at a bald man's head is now considered sexual harassment. Is that true?
Uh,
I read that
I
article too.
I don't normally I don't allow talking about politics on this channel,
Yeah.
but I have I had no idea that was a thing. I don't.
Yeah, it's just an article. I was wondering if that was real or one of those weirdos out there.
It has been a thing. Especially, not to mention that politics has been infiltrated pop culture.
Here we go.
There's that. I'll let her go there.
If that's oh man, if that's really a thing, then I think what the fuck is happening to my home country?
Well, I do want to get over there one of these days because my family comes from a place in Devon called Swimbridge, and it's south of Barnstaple. And I'd like to see what it's like. From what I've seen in pictures, it's a really nice area.
Wait, which area?
Devonshire. And if you know where Barnstaple is, it's south of there.
Devonshire. That's one of the. I think that's down. That's like the south of England. I think. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
south of England, West Country, I think they call it.
Yeah. I mean, first,
there's a lot of great stuff to see in England.
Yeah, there is a great. There are a lot of. Obviously, I live here. That there are a lot of really great places to visit here in England, and I mean, if there's any place I recommend, I recommend. I recommend the Lake District. It's a
Really?
beautiful place.
Cool. Yeah, because if I were still young, I'd do a walking tour. One of those sort of things, but I just can't handle that kind of thing anymore. Plus, paying for food and lodging and all that, the money just ain't there. But I'd love to see some of the old buildings, the castles, and even the old villages, just to see what it was like back in the old days.
And right, yeah,
And museums.
Spidey says to me, we only ask because you're the most famous Englishman we know, other than John Cleese.
Yeah.
Well,
and I can't do the silly walk either.
Well, thank you for that compliment, Spidey. Well, like I said, I try not to. I don't really keep up with that kind of stuff because that stuff just drives me nuts.
Yeah,
I fucking hate politics.
Yeah, it's not.
I hear ya.
It's not fun. When everything you believe in or was brought up with is being attacked.
Well, apparently, according to the article,
And everywhere.
a guy sued a business because somebody that worked for this business said something to another employee and talking about him and said that bald guy over there, and he heard it and sued the business, and so the judges came back with a decision that you can't call a man bald. It's considered sexual harassment because usually baldness is associated with men. So it could be considered sexual harassment. And that was what the ruling was.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Insane, ain't it?
And my thing is, I'm not allowed, I have to cover my boobs. They should have to cover their head. Otherwise, I should be able to walk around.
I like
Well,
that idea.
I'm afraid to show mine.
I'd only have to cover the front half.
Yeah, that was the judge's ruling.
For God, oh, for me, as fuck's sake, as far as I'm concerned, sexual harassment is when you actually physically
Yeah.
attack someone. That's sexual harassment, not just calling someone bald.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake!
Oh, breathe, Dalek, breathe.
Yep.
Oh my God.
I kind of feel bad we broke the news to him, John.
Yeah.
Especially,
We broke Dalek.
especially that. Actually, not to mention that to all these,
Sorry about that.
everything around them is bad. What they think.
Yeah.
Geez, that means they're going to have to change 900 years of literature.
Look with that.
And they'll have to edit out Jackie Wright from the Benny Hill Show.
Bad.
Well, I think there's something to this, man. I'm kind of behind this. I mean, if men don't have to cover their bare heads, I completely understand why women shouldn't have to cover their bare breasts. I'm like,
Well,
I mean,
within reasonable limits.
we need to get this ball rolling over here.
I've been to strip clubs on Tuesday nights. You don't want to see something. There are
So
some
you want
people sweeping the floor with their tassels.
So you want to hear Russian of some SJW idiot?
My own. It's bad enough hearing about this kind of thing happening in other parts of the world, but in my own country.
Yep.
Oh, dear.
It's hard to imagine.
Oh,
It
dear.
really is. People need to grow some thicker skin, man.
Yeah,
I should.
I've always.
I'm sorry. I should not have exploded like that.
Now,
It's okay,
that's
it's okay,
okay.
you
Gal.
understand, we sorry that we broke you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, now this is why I don't like. This is why I hate politics, and this is why I normally don't allow it on my channel.
I saw it.
There you
John
go.
said it first.
It's not allowed.
John said it first.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah. Time for the kitty table.
If you did a walking tour of
Yeah.
England, I guarantee that the generous people of England would put you up for free. I had many a beer bought for me by an English friend. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
All right. Okay. Yeah. You see right there. That's the real people of England.
Yeah.
Very cool. You don't see a lot of that in the States, although it is around certain areas. But with the distrust that builds over the last several years, it's tough to find a lot of it.
Mhm.
In Canada, you have the right to uncover your chest anywhere a man can, thanks to Montreal University students in the 80s.
Wow.
And I just went.
Yeah, we're now dancing Tuesday nights in the strip clubs.
Yes, Spidey, you're right. I suppose it did go Doomcott level move there. Good way of putting it. Sexual harassment is only when ugly people try to hit on someone. Good-looking people are never turned on. Yes, very true.
Well,
Oh, never turned in.
Yeah.
okay.
Where is the Iron Where's the Iron Lady when you need her, UK? She's dead.
Yeah.
She's
I didn't know much about her, but from what I saw, she seemed kind of interesting. And a little weird.
Well, I wasn't alive when she was prime minister.
Me either. I did not live in the UK, and two, I was in the 2000s.
Actually, I think she was voted out not long before I was born. At least a couple years.
Yeah, I think it was late 80s, early
Yeah.
90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I think it was. What was it? I think it was like.
I think
Yeah,
I was in the army when she was voted out.
I think it was
In
like
the
8.
army.
Yeah, I was in the Air Force. Yeah, I was in the Air Force when she was voted in and voted out.
I think it was like 89. That's very, very close to when I was born.
Oh dear.
Oh, you're my son's age.
Hey, you're young yet.
My son is 31.
Well, Spidey knows how old I am because I told him when I was on his stream the other week. So I might as well tell. I'm actually 30.
Yeah.
I turned 30 last October.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Where's Captain Britain when you need him?
That's another one. The sub base up in Holy Lock is gone, right?
What?
The submarine base in Holy Lock?
Holy Lock.
No, that's Scotland. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's Scotland, I think.
Yeah, when
That was such
when
a
I
fun
went into the submarine service, that was one of the places I wanted to visit, but washed out of that. So I never got there.
That was such a fun stream. Then you so. Oh, thank you so much for your valuable time. You're very welcome, Spidey. It was fun being on there with you and the captain. Even if you did black out from being so drunk near the end.
Well, that sounds like a story.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, that Top Gun Marvin Marvick is good.
Who did what now?
What was that?
By the way, guys, that Top Gun Marvick is good.
Top Gun Maverick.
I haven't seen it yet.
Maverick, Marvick, whatever.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything of that.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either.
Not a big Tom Cruise fan.
To say the least, I'd never any of the Top Gun films.
Yeah, as far as I know, there was only just the one.
There's
Yeah,
only
this is
one.
supposed to be just the second one.
Yeah, this is the second one.
Yeah.
The only thing that interests me is that Jennifer Connelly is in it. Hubba hubba.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Did you ever see her in Dark City, Fett?
Dark City.
Yeah, she sings in that one.
I don't think I saw that. I saw Dark Water. I don't think
Yeah, Dark City was an Australian sci-fi movie that was along the lines of The Matrix, but totally different. And it was more of an aliens thing than a computer thing. But it was really great, well done movie, a great movie. And it went through a whole lot of the studio wants to edit it this way, the director wants it that way, and I've seen only the one version of it, but it was really good. I hear the director's cut is even better. But that had been free on YouTube a couple of years ago. I don't know if it still is.
I will look into it.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Hey,
And
Dalek, thanks.
that and Bill Hurt. I can't remember the star's name, but he's really good.
Hey,
And,
Dalek, thanks a lot. This was a great stream, but I'm gonna have to take off.
Oh, okay, Raymond. Well, again, thank you very much for coming on. It was great having you here, and it was great being on your stream earlier on.
I was glad to have you. Glad to have all you guys there.
Yep.
That was fun.
That was
care,
fun.
Raymond.
Yeah.
Have a good one, Raymond.
You too,
Yeah.
Wendy. Take care, Fett. Nice.
You
meeting
too, man.
See ya.
Take care, John.
See you, Raymond.
Bye.
Where's the kitty cat? Oh, there you are. Keep getting worried. Right behind me is my workshop, and I have all kinds of sharp things laying around. Don't want him to fall on the cat,
Yeah.
which is why she primarily stays upstairs, unless she decides to come downstairs. She races past me like a lightning bolt for the stairs before I can get the door closed. I think it's a desperate plea for attention.
It probably is.
But then you get her down here and pay attention to her, and after about 3 minutes, I want to go back upstairs.
Yep. That's about how my dogs are.
Yeah. And the stairs are way the hell over there. Oh, dear. But you'll have these things. So you're in the north of England, Alec?
I don't know if I should say I think I should say exactly.
Not
where I am,
exactly, but regionally.
I'm in the northwest of England.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Which, yeah, I think. Do you know where Liverpool is?
Yeah, okay.
I'm close. I live close to Liverpool.
Ah, very good. Very good. Home of the Beatles and many other people.
Yep, city of the home city of the Beatles. Yeah, and it's a place I live close enough that I can visit Liverpool. I visit Liverpool anytime I want.
Cool.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool place to visit, Liverpool. But then again, if you've been there as many times as I have, it's just, you know, not that special.
Yeah, it loses its novelty over time.
So, how is the doing?
Hmm?
Say again.
So, how is Alec doing?
How am I doing?
Well, how is the Dalek doing?
The Daleks?
I'm still getting that echo.
Yes, the Dalek.
Me? Me?
I just meant Dalek.
Mm.
Asking how you're doing, Dalek.
Yeah. I'm better now.
Oh, okay, good.
Okay. All right. This gotta think of gotta think of something to talk about. I mean, this is my channel. I'm leading the show. It's I don't know. Has anyone here seen anyone here seen Sonic the Hedgehog 2?
I have not.
I have not.
Not really.
Well, later, some point this week, I'm planning to go see it.
Puppy doggy.
You hear my dog Cheyenne?
Ah,
You have a dog?
I do.
Yeah, I have two dogs. Cheyenne is a 12-year-old whippet. She's sitting here right next to me fussing because I'm looking at my iPad instead of her. And Ramsey is my almost 2-year-old long-haired mutt. And he is zonked out. He's actually laying with his legs straddling the arm of the couch. And he's sound asleep.
wait.
John saw a picture of him the other day.
Ah, my pizza's ready. Be right back.
You're having pizza? Fantastic. And hello to El Osito. Hi. I don't think I've seen you here before.
Welcome.
Does anyone here know this El Osito?
I do not.
No, but
No.
I was happy to meet someone.
Well, someone new to the channel. Well, welcome, El Osito.
I haven't eaten since it's 9 o'clock here. I haven't eaten since 11:30 this morning, but I still don't know what I want to eat. So I haven't decided.
Yeah, I thought so. Your first time here. Oh, sorry. What was that, Wendy?
Saying it's 9 o'clock here, and I haven't eaten since 11:30 this morning, but I don't know what to eat. I'm not really that hungry. As a nurse, I've learned to go for many hours without food. So. The heck do I want?
Oh, by the way, Dal, I've actually posted something on Discord.
Oh yeah, what is it?
Well, go take a look.
Okay. Aww. You little. Thank you. Oh, that's nice to see you again, Moises.
Pizza Boy has returned.
What kind of pizza?
Yeah, what's on the pizza?
I think it's Tombstone.
Pepperoni, supreme.
Plain cheese. Plain cheese this time.
Oh, okay.
Plain
I think I have a
okay.
Plain cheese. Okay, that's
hot. Very hot.
I always do that whenever I make my own pizza. Burn my mouth.
Favorite food in
Pepperoni.
pizza's my favorite food in the world. It's and
Is it?
for me, best either pepperoni or lots of beef. Love it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I like the
Everybody
beef
loves
and
it.
sausage and
Yeah.
all the
Pizza
meats
is
you
one of
can
those
get
safe
on there.
things. I can buy whenever I'm the nursing director over trauma services at a large trauma center, and pizza is the one thing that I can always buy for my staff, and everybody's happy.
Great.
And down the road
Pizza
from
can
me,
make everyone happy.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, down the road from me is Old Forge, Pennsylvania, which was the pizza capital of the world. And literally at one time you could go from one street corner to the next all the way through the town and you'd find a pizza shop. And there
Wow.
are just so many of them. That's where the white pizza was invented, which is all onions and garlic. And not for me, but what was there and what is there now is just amazing. There's a taste for everybody. Just a wonderful place.
Welcome to Man's Working World. Moise is one of our favorite people. Yeah, yes, he is, Spidey.
Aw, thanks.
Wait, welcome. He says to Elosito, welcome here. There is usually a lot of pizza. Thanks, pizza is always good. Indeed,
Yeah, it is.
absolutely. It is always good.
For life.
And of course, a lot of places you get pizza, you get meatball and cheese hoagie, which I love
Yep.
them too. They're like a different shaped pizza. Same thing, only completely different. And you can drive with those, provided the meatballs don't pop out all over you.
Right.
That's good.
Oh, my. Oh yeah, she's upstairs. Finally got the cat to go in upstairs. Mother had to break out the drugs. Catnip. And we've learned just a little bit of catnip. A pinch is enough. Because in the old days, you used to give the cats a little too much and they'd be spaced out for a week. Oh, dear. But cats are fun. Dogs I couldn't get used to because of all the barking and stuff.
I've never owned a cat, but I used to want when I used to want a dog or a cat, but I got convinced never to get one.
Yeah. Well, the sad thing is, you get one and something happens to it, and you tell yourself immediately, never again. And within a year, you're
You do.
going to have another one or
Yep.
two. And that's the entirety of my life. I can't remember a time when I didn't have a cat for more than a full year. And the one I've told this story on Raymond's channel, was the one Saturday morning. I hear this bang out on the deck outside. And I go outside and here's this cat, and he's matted down long hair cat, really pretty eyes. He's got his paw in a beaver trap. And we have some old fashioned, the clamp traps still
Oh my
down on the
God.
creek there that were left there from a long time ago. So I came back in, threw on all my firefighter gear because I'm not getting rabies for anybody. Got the squeeze clamps and took her out of that. Mother said, well, we have to take her to the vet to make sure her paw's okay. So took him off to the vet. Paw's okay, going to be tender for a while. And next thing you know, they're shaving the matted hair off. And he grew out, over a period of a few months anyway. And he became one of my bestest buddies. and he was a great cat. And unfortunately,
Aw.
he got out and got run over because the road is just down
Oh.
below us.
Oh,
And
no.
you know, that's one of those tragic things. I've had that happen twice since we lived up here, and just always hurts. But I always end up with another cat. It's
Aw.
just can't live with him, can't live without him.
Sounds sad.
That's very sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alosita says, my boss throws a pizza party such cookout once a month for us. He orders 30-ish pizzas every time, lol. That's very good, Alosita. That's great. That sounds good. That sounds brilliant.
Yeah, I buy. Usually for my ER staff, because there's so many people that come through the ER, besides ER nurses or all the ER staff, because we have, you know, X-ray people from X-ray come down to take X-rays, and we have people from the labs and stuff like that. And so I usually, whenever I buy pizza, I have to buy like 12 pizzas just to make sure that everybody that's coming through the ER, because they're all coming through the ER to do work for the ER.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I usually get about 12 pieces, and that very rarely is there any left. So
That's the thing. It's nice when you have something like that. You know, it shows appreciation to the employees.
yeah,
And at least it gives them something to be happy about for a while.
yeah. Well, I mean, you know, they deserve it. They work hard.
Yeah. And of course, the other side of the hot dog, or the other side of the coin for me, is hot dogs. I love hot dogs. Certain ones are better than others.
Yeah.
Saberettes are great, but there are other brands that they basically taste like the parts of the animal you really don't want to know about. Several of which we discussed on Raymond's stream, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, guys, I think I'm going to take off. I've decided I'm going to make myself a bean, beef, and cheese burrito.
Ah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well,
So,
thank you very much for coming
let me
on,
come on
Wendy.
and say hey.
Yeah, nice hanging with you. Nice hanging with you, Wendy.
Brett, John,
Always.
Great
Yeah.
having you on, Wendy.
nice hanging out.
I
Nice to
hope
meet you,
to have you.
Moses.
Hope to have you on again.
Take care.
Some other time.
See you later.
Sure.
Have a good Memorial Day.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Take
Oh,
care. Stay safe.
bye. Bye, Wendy. And then there were 4.
Yes. They got bigger.
That's what she said.
Bigger and better.
This if the captain was here, this is what he would call foreplay, because
Oh,
Foreplay with no boobs. Oh well. Yeah, you can't have everything. Where would you put it? So what else is going on in the world? I mean, besides everything that's falling apart. We have, let's see, Star Trek sucks. Star Wars sucks. Doctor Who, I don't know.
If you ask me, Doctor Who has officially had it.
You think? I've heard the descriptions of what's going on with it, you know, from June Cock or Heel versus Babyface and many others.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like an absolute crap show.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
It has become an absolute no.
Yeah, I'm old school. I remember the old days with Tom Baker, and I think I caught a few episodes with John Pertwee. That's about all I know about it.
Mm, well, if you want, if you have a question about Doctor Who, go ahead. You can ask me because that's kind of
Well, yeah, that's your area of expertise. I did have a question. Are those police phone boxes still a thing in England?
oh no, they're not.
Okay.
They haven't been. Yeah, the police box that the TARDIS is based on, that's been no, they've not been around for since the late. They got rid of all those in the late at the end of this in the I think it was the late 60s they got rid of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? That early?
Yeah, late. They were originally put up in the in the 1950s,
Mhm.
like the famous blue ones were.
Yeah, yeah.
and they were
Yeah, because the red ones were public telephone, right?
a red phone box. That's just a regular public payphone.
Yeah, and I saw something where they were using those. They were putting electric defibrillators in them, yeah, so that your surrounding neighborhood would have a defibrillator right at hand. I guess that's in certain areas that still have them.
I think this I don't know. I don't know I don't know if there's still any old-fashioned red phone boxes around. There might be, like in some some village somewhere.
Yeah, yeah. It's a recent video within the past 5 years. But yeah, they were adapting those, taking the phones out and just putting these defibrillator boxes in them. And the idea is, somebody goes down, you just go over, open the thing up, get your defibrillator, hook them up, and hopefully get their heart going again. But sounded like a really good idea for adapting something old into something new.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea because those things are those things are iconic. Those red phone boxes.
Mm-hmm. And the old pillar boxes for the mail. And
oh yeah, the red cylindrical post boxes. Yeah.
And the reason I
Hey,
know
Dal,
about
I have a
from a
question.
show called Danger Mouse.
Oh, Danger Mouse, yeah.
I love that show. That was just crazy. And David.
Hey, Dal, I have a question.
Danger Mouse.
You have something. Oh, what is it, Moses?
So when I overheard that you're talking about police boxes, I've wondered. So
what?
Why did the TARDIS design? So why did the TARDIS?
Why does the TARDIS look like an old fashioned British police box?
Well, yes.
Well, the answer to that is simple. When the Doctor, after the Doctor left Gallifrey, he was in a rush to leave until fucking Clara stepped in and ruined it and changed the whole fucking story. He was in a rush to leave, and he basically took the first TARDIS that he could get, and that particular TARDIS was an old relic. It was an old Hulk that it was in for repairs, and it didn't work properly, and after a few trips in it, and he eventually, he comes to the events of the very first episode, he lands on Earth in the in the early 1960s in London, and this device the TARDIS has called the Chameleon Circuit, which is like what is supposed to help make the TARDIS blend into whatever time and place it lands. And when it landed in London in the 1960s, it turned into a police box because police boxes were very common back then, and once it turned into a police box, the Chameleon Circuit broke, and it's just been a police box ever since because the Doctor never fixed it.
So even though that the Doctor has the sonic screwdriver, he could never fix the Chameleon Circuit.
Well, actually, I wouldn't say he never fixed it. He did get it working again once, but not for very long. Colin Baker. There's an episode, one of Colin Baker's stories. I think it was called Attack of the Cybermen or something. Yeah, it was one of Colin Baker's stories. At the very beginning, he was actually trying to repair the Chameleon Circuit, and he did get it working again, but it didn't work very well, and it didn't stay working because at the end of the story, it actually turned back into a police box, and it just stayed that way. It turned back into a because like I said, he did get it working sort of, but it didn't work very well because it didn't the forms it took on throughout the episode didn't make sense for where it landed.
Yeah. Oh.
Because it turns into a pipe organ at one point. The Doctor when the Doctor and Perry step out, he actually plays a tune on it.
Oh wow, that's awesome. I could imagine if it turned up as a beer truck in Afghanistan. That could happen because if the TARDIS was working properly, either the Doctor could use the Chameleon Circuit to make it look like literally anything, or it could turn into something that would blend it in with its surroundings. Right. Cool. Now that I wasn't really aware of that it had the Chameleon Circuit. Interesting.
Yeah, because again, a fully functioning TARDIS isn't supposed to just stay in one form. It's supposed to disguise itself wherever it lands to blend in.
Yeah. And of course, there's the whole thing of it being many times bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. And I always thought that was a neat concept how they did that.
Yeah. Bigger on the inside than on the outside, or in technical terms, dimensionally transcendental.
Yeah, that's a good term for it. And then, of course, there's the Daleks themselves were interesting. I could never get past the voice, though, because my ears are a little, I guess you might say, more sensitive to some of the higher frequencies. But it was an interesting show, what I saw of it. And very imaginative. And of course, John Pertwee, if I'm remembering right, he was funny. Tom Baker was funnier.
Oh yeah,
he always had that long scarf.
Yeah, that was Tom Baker. Yeah, with
Yeah,
the scarf.
yeah.
The best the best doctor of all time,
I've heard people say
hands
that,
down.
and again, from what little I've seen, I would tend to agree. But
Well,
yeah,
fellas, I hate to cut out on you here, but I got to get something to eat myself.
all right. Well, have a
No,
good
you're
night, Fred. Good to see you.
pleasure having you here, Fets. Hope to have you on again sometime.
Ah, great to be here. I will be back. All right, fellas, you have a good night.
Yeah,
Yep.
good night,
Take
Fet.
care, man. Have a good weekend.
Take it easy, Moises.
See ya.
Later.
Well,
Now it's the three of us.
just the three of us.
Yes. So, yeah, we were talking about Danger Mouse also. That's one that got on American television several years ago. And I thought that was just an incredible show. You know, for an inexpensive cartoon show, that was awesome. And David Jason as the voice of Danger Mouse was great.
Oh yeah, David Jason. He's a true British legend. David
Oh,
Jason.
And I loved him in the Frost Mysteries. He was
Oh,
absolutely
you mean
incredible.
you mean
A
a touch of
Frost.
frost?
Yeah, that was a great series, and I actually binge watched that over the last 2 years.
Did
That's
you?
on YouTube also. And there was the show where I think it was his uncle owned a grocery store. I can't remember the name of it.
Open all
But
hours.
yes, that's it. Again, what a great show. And we don't have anything that good over here.
Have you
For all
seen
the
Have you seen Only Fools and Horses?
No, I haven't seen that one.
Oh man, how can you not seen Only Fools and Horses?
Well,
And
again, we're limited with what we get over here, but I'll look that up on YouTube.
if you really want to see David Jason at his absolute best, at his most legendary, watch Only Fools and Horses. Trust me, you will
Really?
not be disappointed. You will laugh your ass off. You will.
Fools and Horses?
Only Fools and Horses.
Got it.
It's one of the
Yeah, he's really great.
Probably the best, most classic, most iconic British comedies of all time. It is amazing. It is fantastic. You will never stop laughing. Trust me.
Awesome. Yeah, I will check that out. That sounds great. And I noticed something about David Jason while I was binging the Frost shows. Was I think he's Harvey Cthulhu in real life. Because if you look at his face and you look at the mask around the eyes that Harvey has with the point right there, David Jason has that same point in his eyebrows.
He does, really.
You know? So I think he's Harvey Cthulhu in real life. But
wow.
But yeah, he was, and I was surprised he was doing. I think it was parachuting up into his 80s or late age anyway, and all kinds of athletic stuff he did, and that's bizarre.
He's had an amazing. Oh yeah, David Jason. He's had an incredible life, an incredible career. Not just on TV.
Yeah. So that's the thing. He seems to have enjoyed himself along the way, and that's kind of the key to life is being able to work and enjoy the fruits of your labor. He seems to have lived life to the fullest.
Oh yeah, I'd say he has.
Another one, Jonathan Thaw. I loved him. He was great in Inspector Morse.
Inspector Morse. Yeah. I thought that was. What was he called again? John something.
Jonathan Thaw.
Hmm.
John Thaw.
Yeah, I've never. Yeah, I've not really seen much of Inspector Morse.
Ah, there were a few other really good shows. Well, Granada Television did the Sherlock Holmes with Jeremy Brett, which I absolutely loved that. There was a show called Waiting for God that was about a feisty old lady in a nursing home. And Tom Crowder was a I don't know if he was pretending to be crazy or he was crazy, but he was living in the same nursing home. All kinds of fun stuff happened. You know, you have all these really great shows from England. And what I found out late in life was a lot of the shows we have are stolen from your show. You know, All in the
That
Family, Sanford and Son, you know, a lot of them were stolen from what you guys did first.
that's sad. That's sadly true. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of there is a good deal of great British shows which America kind of just took and made a cheap imitation of.
Yeah,
What?
yeah, because what was the one Sanford and Son was based on? Something in Lightfoot or Stubtoe? Steptoe.
Steptoe and Son.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. And I've seen some of that, and it was weirder than what we had and a whole lot better.
Have you ever watched? Here's another recommend. Well, there's another thing I can recommend to you. Have you ever watched Blackadder?
Yes, yes. And some of the stuff on that was unbelievably brilliant.
Oh yeah, Blackadder, true
Of course,
classic.
I don't know if you're familiar with the show House from, I don't know, I forget
I've
what network had it on, but it was Hugh Laurie who had been in
yeah,
Blackadder playing an American. And he's
I'm
got the
familiar.
accent down pat.
I'm familiar. I am familiar with House.
Yeah.
I've not seen much of it, but I do know that Hugh Laurie was in it, and he was the title character. He was Dr. House, and he was a real douche in it.
Yeah, he was dead serious the whole way through it. And I didn't know, I'd never really heard of him before by name. But then I turn on Blackadder and there he is, and he's hilarious.
Yeah, he was
uh,
great in Blackadder.
And him and Stephen Fry
Stephen
had
Fry, yeah.
the Jeeves and Wooster. Series.
Jeeves and Wooster.
And that's another one that cracked me up, especially the first episode. I mean, unbelievably good stuff. I mean, great writing, great acting, great production values. You know, it wasn't like the glossed over garbage we get from Hollywood. I mean, I think television, for the most part, died in the 80s and its corpse didn't decay until the 90s. But we haven't had any really good television series, to my knowledge, for, 20, 30 years now. Just so much garbage.
Yeah, I think the last. I know what you mean. I think the last great decade of television was easily the 80s to the 90s. So and then just the crap started slowly seeping in. There was still some good shows like in the early 2000s, but the crap started going. So especially, I mean, like reality shows started seeping in. Like for example, here in the UK, like the early, I think it was like 2000 or 2001. That's when Big Brother first started.
Yeah. And we had Survivor, which was, I partially got hooked into that because there was literally nothing else on television. And it was like, the more I'm watching it, the more I'm getting sucked into it. And at the same time, I'm thinking, I'm getting sucked into this, aren't I? And it's just, once that season was over, I never watched it again. 'Cause it was just so much, it had to be scripted garbage. And there's so
Yeah.
much of that. And, these bachelorette type shows and,
Oh God.
come on, folks. And
Yeah. Just
I think that's why kids today are screwed up is they've seen this stuff.
just such just it really was like the early 2000s that
Yeah,
that TV just took such a nosedive.
yeah. I mean, I've always enjoyed also the Hammer film. I mean, how they weren't bigger than they were is beyond me. Some of those, the Frankensteins, the Draculas, and some of the,
Oh yeah, with
know,
Christopher Reeve as Dracula.
Christopher Lee. Yeah,
Christopher Lee, sorry.
yeah. Chris Reeves was Superman.
Christopher Reeve was Superman.
Super Dracula, that I'd pay to see.
Super Dracula. Can you imagine that? That'd be
Sworn to do the right thing, but then he can't save the people barricaded in a church that's on fire because, the cross is there and he'd blow up. What do I do? What do I do? And of course, there, so many great movies have come out of England, and you'll see a lot of them on the Turner Classic Movies that a lot of them weren't even released here in the States. And it's sad because you had, the quota quickies, they called them. Because we had somebody coming over to you, but you had to have somebody coming back over to us. Yeah, basically to keep fairness in the industry. And so many of those British movies, whether they were a quickie or whether they were a real set piece, so incredibly good. And I mean, you guys had every bit the production values that we've had, and even better in many cases. I know 2001: A Space Odyssey was made there, and that has got to be one of the best movies that's ever been made, even into today, because they had no computers or CGI or any of that junk. Just an incredible story and incredible production value all the way through. And I've seen the making of films, and it was amazing what they were able to do. And of course, all the James Bond movies, I love those.
Yeah.
Even I know someone who just loves the James Bond movies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they were a lot of fun.
Yeah, I loved James Bond when I was younger.
Yeah. And of course, always, the opening credit scenes with the silhouettes of the nude girls that are, you can almost see something. And when you're 13 years old, you want to see it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And you're tearing your hair out trying to see just, one boob.
Yeah. I mean, at least, what was I going to say? It's at least I had, at least back in the early 2000s, at least I had some quality stuff to keep me going, because I think back then, I think it was like late 90s, early 2000s. That was when the BBC actually started re-airing a lot of stuff like Jerry. Are you familiar heard of a guy called Jerry Anderson?
The name sounds familiar. It's not ringing a bell though.
Okay, does Thunderbirds ring a bell?
Yes, that came after Captain Scarlet, or
no,
or was it before that?
Actually, no. Captain Scarlet was after Thunderbirds.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. Okay. We had Captain Scarlet here. I don't think we had Thunderbirds.
You had
And
Captain Scarlet. What did you think of Captain Scarlet?
oh man, I absolutely loved that show. I mean, and this is the weird thing is I am terrified at that age, when I was a kid, of that kind of puppets. Something about them just freaked me out. But that show somehow it didn't bother me at all. And I absolutely loved that show. I raced home from school every day to see it.
I freaking used to. Yeah, again, because back around that time, the BBC was actually showing repeats of Thunderbirds and Captain Scarlet, and I think Stingray as well.
Mhm.
You've heard
And
of
didn't
Stingray?
UFO grow out of that?
Yeah, I think it. Yeah, it did. That UFO was the same.
That was another fun show.
It was another. It was a Jerry Anderson production, like like Thunderbirds and Stingray and Captain Scarlet.
Yeah, and I can't remember the fellow's name that played Stryker in that, something Bishop, but really good actors and good stories and the best UFOs ever put on the screen, bar none. I thought that was just an awesome show. We used to get that on public television. Of course, that's how we got Monty Python. The first looks we had at Benny Hill, Paul Hogan's show, Dave Allen, Morecambe and Weiss was great. I mean, there were so many great comedians and
so many
shows.
great. Oh yeah, there's been so many great British double comedy. Like saying you mentioned Morecambe and Wise and I mean the
two Ronnies.
The Morecambe and Wise, the two Ronnies. I think there was one called Cannonball. Yeah. And then we. One of the best show. Oh wait, I know they show the Morecambe and Wise Christmas special every year at Christmas over here.
Yes, that was a classic. It's so amazing to see. These guys are the old-fashioned vaudeville trained type comedians, still up into the 70s, probably into the early 80s. But they're bringing that whole vaudeville training, and you're seeing it for the first time in color rather than seeing it in the old black and white movies. And it's really realistic, to see that. And you're actually seeing what the experience was like.
Oh, yeah.
But in a studio form, nonetheless. But it was still great stuff.
It was.
And, Monty Python brought, the avant-garde. I guess that grew out of the Goon Show, if I'm remembering right. And was it Spike Milligan? Was part of that?
Probably.
There were several I can't remember. But Monty Python became huge over here. I mean, they were, the second coming of Christ for a lot of people. But
Monty Python was.
Oh God, yes, they were unbelievable, especially after the Holy Grail. And of course, when The Life of Brian came out, you had people who were in favor of it, and you had all the, the hyper religious who were against it.
Of
course. And I'm religious myself, but I wasn't really against it because I knew what they were doing, and it was just being silly.
Exactly.
They weren't outright panning anything. They were having fun with a story that really doesn't involve Christ at all.
No.
But it was just funny as hell. And
it's not. Yeah, it's not really. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not really Jesus Christ. It's their own parody of Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and it's a story that is parallel, but is somebody else's story, and I think there's the Sermon on the Mount is weaved into it from a distance, but they're not really satirizing that or putting it down or anything. It's just two guys. One is the Lord and Savior, and one is a guy who is being mistaken for the Lord and Savior. And you're following the funnier of the two because we've had so many movies about Christ, and a lot of them are good. Some, not so great. But this one was just taking a different look at it, being funny, having fun, and what the hell? Why not?
No one expects the Spanish Inquisition.
That was one of my favorite bits. And
Yeah,
the
that
dead
line
parrot,
just made me laugh.
the dead parrot sketch was my favorite. That and closely followed by the cheese shop.
What happened
I
to?
mean, they were so out of there. Just unbelievably good thinkers. And of course, Eric Idle, I think, was the best speaker of all of them. He could really speak the English language in any accent at any pace. And just magnificent to hear him talk with some of this stuff, let alone bringing the jokes in and the comedy that goes with it. They were all really great, but he was my favorite.
I wonder what's happened to. I wonder what Canadian Spider-Man went off to, because I thought he was gonna start his bonfire, and then he was gonna come on and join us. He hasn't shown up. He just seems to have disappeared.
Oh, maybe Snortapuka showed up and they're having a barbecue together.
Maybe he's been sitting on the comfy chair.
Could be. Could be.
I hope he's not out sitting by the fire and got himself and passed out from being drunk again.
As long as he's not sitting
Or he would be able to sit on the comfy chair.
What's the comfy chair?
That's from the Spanish Inquisition in Monty Python. That was my sister's favorite bit. Unfortunately, she passed away about 3 years ago. But in fact, it's 3 years ago next week. But no, she absolutely loved that bit. And we had so much fun watching these shows, though. Oh, I miss the good old days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you put on Benny Hill and everybody starts screaming, sexual harassment, this, that, and the other. And it's like, shut up and enjoy the show. Have a laugh, for Christ's sake.
I'm so glad. I am so glad that at my age I avoided becoming like that.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I think you're about the same age as my nephew, and you guys were lucky. You managed to avoid that stuff. I think he's like 3 years older than you are, but a lot of them. And I worked in a university since 2001, and I watched the kids in the universities going straight to hell.
I didn't go to well, I never went to university, but I did go to I did go to a college close to not too far away from where I live. I basically commuted there every day, several days a week. But I was studying, but the courses I think I was there for like 3 or 4 years, but the courses I was doing there, I wasn't taught anything like any of that. And I wasn't, thank God, I wasn't taught CRT or any of that shit. Because that wasn't what I was doing. I was doing courses learning how to take care of animals. I was I was doing a lot more practical stuff
Yeah,
at college.
that's the thing. The one I worked at was its primary function when it was founded as an engineering college, and that's still its main focus. But they brought in all this other philosophical stuff, and I watched it go from being a well-respected university in my eyes to being the worst place on earth to work. Because, you know, when I first got there was right after 9/11, within a month. And every year they had the students did a parade of the flags for all the countries that were represented by the students. And the American flag was up front every year. Well, about 2003 or 4, it was in last place. And it's like, what happened here? You know, and you start hearing more protests, more screaming about, you know, quote unquote racism, more protests about capitalism, and they're here learning business, you know. And then I watched the student population from communist China coming over, and it grew from about 1/8 of the student body to now probably a third. And at the time, this is when our jobs in America were being shipped over to China. So we were teaching them our methods of business, our methods of engineering, how to do the jobs, and then they take it home and our guys are unemployed. You know, I mean, it was embarrassing in the end to work there. And that's one of the many reasons I left. You know,
What has happened to America?
Well, you got the wrong people put in place. I mean, I don't know how it happened, but it happened. And you know, my generation, I don't think we were watching close enough. I know one thing that happened was the supposed end of the Cold War. That never ended. It just changed its mailing address to China. And, you know, we should have never closed down all the military bases that we did. We should have never let our guard down about communism or even Russia. You know, we should have been on top of this, but they, again, end of the Cold War, so they lay off half the CIA, or, you know, these guys retire and they don't fill their positions, things like that. And I don't know if it happened in England also with MI5 or MI6, whatever their companion to CIA was, but people took their eyes off the ball.
Usually, don't quote me on this, but it's always I think it's MI5, or at least it was MI5. I don't know.
I guess British intelligence would cover it, but yeah, I mean, we watched that go down, and then after 9/11, you know, everybody's screaming that, you know, the Muslims are bad and this and that, and then the other voices showed up screaming, "Oh, let them alone. They're good people, this and that." Well, good people are good people. I don't care what their religion is. But
agree.
You know, don't open the floodgates to every country in Europe and the UK just because you don't want to be called Hitler. You know, you got to do things the right way. I mean, England has its procedures for immigration. We have ours. It's a hard system to become a citizen in America, but it's a good system because when you finished it, you have pride of accomplishment and pride in your new country. These people coming into America from the southern border right now, they don't give a damn. They're here for the handouts, you know, and it's crazy. I mean, you've seen how much of Arabia has come into Europe, and
I wouldn't know about, you know, registering to become a citizen of another country, because, you know, I've lived in the UK my whole life. I was born here.
Yeah.
I've always lived here. I've only visited other countries, never.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I mean, even with Canada, it used to be I could drive across the border and back. You know, they're going to look at the car. They're going to have the dog sniff it out for this or that. no problem because I'm not carrying anything. You know, that's not my bag. So in and out you go, no passport, no problem. Now you got to have passport. You got to be totally searched and luggage searched and car searched, and you know,
Man.
ridiculous. You know, we
Yeah.
never used to have these problems.
Yeah, I mean, when I visited, I've only ever been, I only went to America once,
Mm.
and it was, it was only, and that was just to a holiday. That was just to Florida because we
Oh, yeah.
actually we were visiting. We wanted to Orlando, Disney World, and all that.
Mhm. Yeah, back when it was good. You know, I got down to Florida in the 70s, and that was a lot of fun.
I think it was actually 2002 I went there.
Yeah.
So yeah, so
2002,
Yeah.
the year where my sister is born.
Ah, no, that was. I got down there in the 70s, and it was so hot I almost passed out when we came out of the haunted house. My aunt had a place at New Smyrna Beach right across the river from Daytona. We got to see the Speedway, and we got to see the dog track next to it, and that was about it. You know, the sights right in there, but it was a great place.
I mean, I've only been. I'll tell you this much. I may have only been to America once, but I've done enough traveling in my time. I've been dragged all over the world all over Europe for one thing, as a kid by my parents, and because holiday after holiday, a lot of times to France, sometimes to Spain, Portugal. I think we visited. I think we walked into Germany one time. Briefly, I didn't know we were in Germany then, and I've been to a lot. So I've been all over Europe, and a lot of times I got sick of France. No chance we went there.
You're sick of France,
and then
which is ironic.
And then and then once I have an aunt, uncle, and cousin who moved to Australia, and they still live there today, and well, and then I remember the first time I got dragged all the way to Australia. My God, getting there was hell.
I'll bet. That's a long flight.
Yeah, Australia is not the best place.
And on top of that, we weren't just there, not just getting there. Mm-hmm. We were on a 3-week tour of Australia because there were like 3 different. Well, the first week we were visiting, my aunt, uncle, and uncle who live in Perth, and then we took a flight across Australia we stayed a week in Sydney, and then we stayed a week in after that we spent a week up in the Northern Territories in Cairns, so we could go and see the Great Barrier Reef. Which that was just the simple relaxing part of the holiday, and then after that we had to go for the whole process of flying home again, and we stopped off in Singapore, and let me tell you, I've actually now been to Australia 3 times, and I gotta say, after the 3rd time, I've had enough flying for a lifetime.
Yeah. See, I hate flying. I did it when I went into the Navy. I got, one of those smaller jets out to the Navy base. And then, that was into New York, and then to the Navy base on an L-1011. And I didn't really like it, especially on the L-1011, because I'm looking out the window. And I know they engineer some flex into the wings because, If it's too rigid, they're going to break off. But when
Yeah.
you see the wings doing this kind of thing, I mean, geez, that's scary. And when I
Yeah, it can look.
came out of Great Lakes, the training center, I was sent off to Groton, Connecticut to the submarine base. To get to the submarine base, they had an older plane, rivets in it, aluminum body, and I'm looking at it, and there are some of the rivets kind of hanging out, jangling around. I looked at the struts going to the wings, and there's an actual piece of chewing gum holding it on. I'm thinking, holy
Chewing
Christ,
gum.
right.
Kidding me?
No, there was actual piece of chewing gum there. And that was the old joke with aviators was, this plane's so bad they use chewing gum to hold the struts on. Well, there it is.
It's lit.
And
It is.
I'm sure it was
really
held
was
on.
held on with chewing gum.
Well, I'm sure it had to be, more structure was actually held on. But, at the time I'm thinking we're all going to die. But we finally got out there. And I said, never again. I'm never getting on another airplane. And that was just, it's nice to be able to look out the windows and see the clouds and all this. Well, thank God for Google Maps. I can see the Earth from that. And there's plenty of filming pictures on YouTube of clouds. So I don't ever have to get on an airplane again.
Fair enough.
Although I wish we had a rail system like yours. We just have Amtrak, and that sucks. We don't even have trains up where I am right now. We have freight, but no passenger. I got to go to Philadelphia, and that's 300 miles.
Well, to be frank, America's not exactly known for passenger trains.
They used to be back in the good old days. I mean, it was about the 1960s. It mostly died off. But I was actually named after one of our passenger trains. My whole family worked for the Lehigh Valley Railroad.
Really?
One of the trains was called the John Wilkes, which was named after your famous politician John Wilkes. And my father wanted to name me after one of the trains. And you had, the Black Diamond. That wasn't going to work, obviously. You had the Asa Packer. Well, they thought I'd get picked on, with a name like Asa. So they named me after John Wilkes. True story, what they didn't realize was my birthday was Abraham Lincoln's birthday, February 12th. So I have the first two names of the world's most famous assassin and the birth date of his only victim, 100 years later.
Wow.
And it was one of those things. Donald Trump came to Scranton on one of his, campaign stops. And I so wanted to go there because he stopped at the theater in the Masonic Temple there. And it would have been the first time in 100 years exactly, almost to the day, between the times when a guy named John Wilkes and a sitting president would have been in the same theater at the same time.
Wow.
You
mean, Booth was the guy who wanted to who killed Lincoln, right?
Yeah. And
that's kind of freaky.
Yeah,
that's a creepy coincidence.
Yep. Well, that's been the story of my life. There's so many creepy coincidences, and this is kind of why I believe in God, is because I don't believe in coincidence anymore. There's been too many of them. The fact that I'm still alive with all the crap that I've gone through, car accidents, all kinds of stuff. I'm still alive.
And by the way,
out there.
And by the way, did anyone try to attempt to assassinate Trump in that theater?
No. Well, that would have been the irony, because the public was allowed to speak, and I wanted to say to him, this is the first time in 100 years, almost to the day, that a guy named John Wilkes and a sitting president are in the same theater, and if the Secret Service would like to check me, I'm available. So don't be nervous.
Oh, man.
No, that would have been a lot of fun, but I couldn't get there. But
So you were there to actually, so you were there to actually see him, actually see Donald
oh
Trump.
yeah, yeah, because I wanted to hear what he had to say, and I'm a bigger fan of him than I am of the idiot we got now.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
Not to go too political or
Well,
nothing, but
look,
we're,
I'm just gonna.
we're screwed.
I've come to a conclusion about. Like I don't like I said. Normally I don't like talking about politics, but I'm just gonna say I've come to the conclusion that Trump isn't half the isn't half the monster they made him out to be.
No, not even a little bit. Not even a little
Yeah,
bit. He's
yeah.
a guy who made a fortune in America. And this is a guy whose father came from Germany and made a fortune in America. And obviously in New York, you're going to deal with the mafia. They control the unions. They control a lot of things. So
Oh,
you deal with the devil you've got.
Frank.
He himself, he's an honest man.
To be brutally frank, I only gave a shit. I never even really heard of him until he first ran for president.
Yeah.
And
same thing.
I only gave a shit about him while he was president. Now he's not president. I don't care. He can do what he wants. He can say what he wants. I don't care.
Hopefully he'll be back, because what we got now is screwing us all to hell.
Yeah, I keep.
Back-
Yeah, I
The
keep
Yeah.
hearing that.
gone to hell. Gas prices gone to hell. The border's gone to hell. I mean, for 2 years ago, this was a great place. Everything was coming up. Wages were good. Jobs were plentiful. And it wasn't just the McDonald's jobs that everybody's quitting now. It was you had
What?
good jobs around here.
By the way, when will you stop talking so I can so I could just speak?
Okay.
Oh, now.
All right. Okay. All right, Moises.
Go for it, man.
You want to say something? Go on. Go ahead.
He's been talking for hours, and I couldn't even just speak.
Well, me and him have had a lot. We've had a good conversation. He's had a lot of very interesting things to say. I mean, you were talking about that whole thing with the trains, right?
Mhm.
Well, I can tell you this, John. One thing I have a huge passion for is trains, especially particularly steam locomotives. I'm very passionate about steam locomotives, especially British ones.
Yeah.
I have a passing interest in American trains as well, but if you ask me, there's nothing beats the magnificence and beauty of a British steam locomotive.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we had ours, but I see a lot of cool things. The Flying Scotsman did come over here once.
It's true.
that was a beauty.
That's true. It did.
Yeah.
Back in the 60s. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a lot.
And it almost never came home.
Yeah. I heard about that.
I just had a lot of things to talk about, and yet you two have been talking and
Okay,
going on
boys,
talking.
it's okay. You want to talk? Go ahead.
Yeah, bring it on.
I actually got a lot of talking points that I want to say, like how I actually want to talk about how my mother just brought me to the U.S. when she crossed borders when she crossed the border. And also, not to mention, I actually want to say that it was the freaking media who always spins the story every time. And I actually want to tell my story on how I actually heard about Trump.
Mhm.
Look,
Moises.
Moises. Okay, you want
Go
to
for it, man.
talk? Go on. Just all you had to do was say something.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, I guess
go ahead. Go ahead. The floor is yours.
Yes.
I guess it doesn't matter now.
Go for it.
I'll tell you. I can tell you this much. When my parents weren't happy especially my mom. Especially my mom. She was not happy at all when Trump became president. She
Yeah.
didn't like him a bit.
Same thing with my mother. Only except that she was really worried. Well, she was really worried about what happened if Trump became president. When she actually talked to me about what happened, I actually never knew about what are the sides of news media.
Mhm.
And during when Trump was president, I was in my high school days. I was really against Trump.
Mm-hmm.
That was back in my high school days.
Right.
That every time when I just hear that name, I actually got really angry and said that Trump would just ruin America.
Yeah.
A lot of people did.
Yeah, and the one thing I just said something that just took it too far is that I wish that Trump is assassinated. That just kind of really pushed off the edge.
I wouldn't wish that. Look, I wouldn't wish that on any U.S. president, no matter how bad they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of those things.
I was absolutely closed-minded back then.
Yeah.
Oh dear, pop culture curator is not happy. You goodbye, guys. Well, sorry if I. Oh dear. Well, I'm sorry,
What?
pop culture curator.
What happened?
Oh dear.
I think because we were talking about politics that we pissed him off or something. I'm sorry, pop culture curator. Please don't go.
Hang around, man. We have plenty of other fun things to talk about.
It wasn't supposed to. Look. Wait, not me.
Then who?
Who? Oh dear.
You'll have days like that.
I'm going to. Okay.
No
All right.
offense meant, PC.
How long shall I keep? Now okay. I'm suddenly thinking. How much longer shall I keep this stream going?
Yeah. What time is it where you are?
It's cool. It's 4:15 in the morning where I am.
It's 8:15 on where I'm at.
11:15 where I'm at.
Mr. Curator, can you actually explain?
I don't. Well, again, I don't. Look, I don't normally. I don't normally allow politics on this channel. It wasn't supposed to turn to politics. But but unfortunately, if you're gonna talk about Donald Trump, it is gonna turn to politics.
Yeah. That's the thing, and it's unfortunate. I do apologize for that.
Yeah.
Like I said, like I said before he became president, I didn't know who he was. I never really heard of him.
Yeah. And we knew he was rich and famous. That's about it.
Yeah, that's all you really needed to know about him. And it's like he was rich and famous. He was super rich. He was famous for and he was the guy who did like the US, the American version of The Apprentice. Yeah.
Yeah.
which again America ripped off because that was originally a British thing.
Yep.
The
Yep.
Apprentice, because with Sir Alan Sugar.
Yeah.
Or Lord Sugar.
And he was famous for being famous, basically.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, he came around with some common sense stuff, and it made a huge difference in a positive way. Unfortunately, like Moises said, the media went berserk because here's a target, that's huge, and they made billions off of criticizing, instead of helping the guy. And we'd be in a lot better shape today in America and a lot of places if he was still in. Certainly, you wouldn't have Ukraine or a lot of the other stuff that's going on. And, it just worries me what we've got now. If, they were to impeach Biden, we're stuck with Kamala Harris, and she's as dumb as dishwater.
Mm-hmm.
And they get rid of her, and we've got Nancy Pelosi. Who needs it? So, yeah, we're in a bad situation.
Yeah, a really bad one, to say at least. I mean, like, one day, if the people had enough, there will be a second American Civil War soon.
That's what worries a lot of people. I mean, I'm up country, just about everybody up here is packing. And, you've got some people with collections of guns going back to World War II and earlier, and the ammunition to go with them, not to mention all the modern stuff. So, it's a worry. It really could get to the point where things boil over. Hopefully it won't. If it does, keep it in the city where I don't live.
I think the best you can, unfortunately, I think the best you can hope for is that by some miracle we make it to 2024 and you get someone decent in.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I mean, we get through the midterm elections, all things going perfectly, we'll get control of the Senate and the House back, and that's the biggest part of the problem right now. Because if you've got both of those, you've got the presidency.
Because because this is something that's always interested me about how much power does the president actually have?
He has a great deal, but there are checks and balances. A lot of what's been done with the executive orders is not quite ethical, and it's not quite what was intended. And it has been abused by many presidents, Biden chief among them. But there's the checks and balances between the House and the Senate and between the combined body of the House and the Senate and the president. And then you also have the Supreme Court, which is the third leg of our government.
Yeah.
And the judicial system is there to interpret the law, not to make the law, but to interpret it. And if a law is found unconstitutional, they can't strike it down. What they'll do is basically put out a ruling that the Congress has to change the law and make it constitutional or repeal it. But that is up to the Congress to do.
Yeah,
because Congress as a collective of the Congress and the Senate together. The Congress itself is its own body. The Senate is its own body.
Right.
But it gets a little confusing there.
Because it's a really interesting yet very complicated way the American government works. Is because it's split into these three main branches, like Congress, the Supreme Court, and the presidency.
Yeah, and you've got similar but different with the House of Lords, the House of Commons, and Number 10.
Yeah,
and it's the same thing, only completely different.
Hey, Dal.
Yeah.
So, Dal, take a look on the chat.
And my good,
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
my
I
good,
am, Tim.
my old friend.
Time
Hey, Time Prophet, good to see you. And yeah, I know I'm up late, and so are you. Can't you?
Yeah. Yeah, time prophet. My family comes from England. My great grandfather came over in 1833, 1853, born in 1833. But he came from Swimbridge in Devonshire.
Mandy Patinkin.
Patinkin, great actor.
Is
He
John
was the Spaniard in The Princess Bride.
is John the guy out of Homeland? Wait,
Yes.
So, Time Prophet, I did have some unanswered questions I have for you, and I know you have not even looked into that game that I just told you. But so what do you think of time travel from Yuri's Revenge?
Yuri's Revenge.
Oh yes, that's the expansion. Oh yes, that's actually the expansion for Red Alert 2.
Yeah, he is breaking up a bit, isn't he, Time Prophet?
Yeah, possible microphone.
Yeah,
problem.
it was the connection.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Well, you're doing it through through a mobile device, right? Yeah, you're part of this stream on your mobile phone, right, Moses?
Well, yes.
Oh, okay.
And I couldn't do it on my computer because I knew that my computer would not be compatible for this.
Yeah, you're coming through nice now.
To me, but yeah, you sound good now. And Time Prophet says I can't remember Yuri's Revenge. I played it over 20 years ago.
Well, perhaps I could find a video about the chronologically of Red Alert. It might be interesting for him to see.
And yes, I do have the flag up, basically held up with an old lock right now, but that's just for the Memorial Day weekend. That's my shop foreman, roly poly.
Yeah, you have your flag in the battle configuration. What is it?
No, it's this is basically the straight up and down configuration, normal.
Yeah, I mean that's the way you normally have the flag, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean it would be a lot straighter if I had an actual dowel to glue it to. That particular flag I found on the ground in a cemetery, and I guess the dowel had been ripped off and thrown away, but I didn't want to leave it on the ground, so that one I keep here.
Oh, do you want me? Oh, Moises, do you want me to post this? I see you sent this link to this video. Do you want me to post that in the chat?
Well, no. I gave the link for Time Prophet to see.
Yeah, well, unless Time Prophet is actually in the StreamYard studio, he can't see it.
Well, yes.
Which, you can come in if you want to. Time Prophet. The link is is at the top of the chat. Yeah, I just said. Yeah, I just said you're not in the studio.
Mhm.
Give me just a minute. I'm going to go take a pee break. Be right back.
Okay.
Hold on. I think I have another idea. I'll be right back.
And I'm left alone. Well, anyone? Here's he tried posting a link. Time Prophet. Let's have a look here. Yeah, you can pencil it. Yeah, I know you can, Time Prophet. And Moises, if unfortunately, if you unless you're the unless you're the channel owner, Moises, or unless I made you a mod, you can't post links in the YouTube chats. So I'm gonna have to. So I'd have to make you a mod, or I'll just have to I'll have to post the link myself. In fact, I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna post the link myself. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Okay, here we go. There we go. Okay, Moises, I've posted the link in the chat myself, and since it's my channel, that should have worked. So you're back.
Well, yep, I'm back.
And you finally got your avatar back as well.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Here I am.
Anyway, I've just posted the link to that video link in the chat myself. So there you go, Time Prophet. There's the link to the video.
All right, what's the video?
He says okay, Moises. He says he'll watch it tomorrow.
Okay. And the next time that we're going to stream, or if you can actually figure out how to get your Discord back, or head over to Gildan or whatever, you could tell me.
What do you mean get Discord back? I never lost it.
I was talking to Time Prophet.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. You're good. Pat.
I've saved the. Okay. He says I've saved the link, and I haven't run Discord for 3 weeks long. Well, right. Well, How long shall I keep going? I mean, it is with how late it is.
Oh, whatever's comfortable for you.
And it's actually late on where I'm at.
I'm sort of in between, so I'm up for anything. Time Prophet, I'm from Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania, huh?
Yep. The
Do you get to ever see the Liberty Bell?
I have, yeah. That was about 8 years ago. Last time I saw it, and I really enjoyed going down to Philadelphia at that point. It's not as safe right now as it was, but really nice to get down there. I did get into the Independence Hall, and the rooms where the founding fathers are much smaller than you would think. But it was still really interesting to get down there. And the National Park Service has Ben Franklin's press still working, and that was really cool. And one of the fun things is you walk around the back where the entrance to it is, and there's these two discs on the ground about 10, 15 feet away from each other. One says this was the site of Franklin's well. The other one says this is the site of Franklin's privy. So having your well right next to your outhouse isn't exactly the best thing to do. But yeah, it's a really interesting place. And that's the one place I can get a train from to go somewhere. But, and of course, Grand Lodge of Masons is down there. So that was fun to get to. Lots of cool stuff there.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose there's, I think if America was frankly in a better place, or there's probably some parts of it I would have liked to have visited, but
that's the thing. There's a lot of areas that aren't bad. The bigger cities, the biggest cities, yeah, you want to be a little careful.
Yeah.
And of course, Chicago, stay the hell away from. That's worse than it was in the gangster age in the 30s. It's just they've lost their minds out there, and California too.
Of course, California.
In New York, I'm not thrilled with, but there's still a lot of other places. Niagara Falls, I would love to see again. And of course, Florida, any place south where it doesn't snow, so I don't have to go through another winter. God, I hate winter. Ice, snow.
I only been to America once, and the only place I went to was Florida. If I did go to Florida again, I think I would mind visiting Universal Studios.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they didn't have that when I was there, but I'd love to see something like that. And they did have SeaWorld and Marineland. One of them is gone now, I think. But I think there's any number of things.
I did go to SeaWorld when I was in Florida.
Yeah. I always enjoyed those type of places, the aquariums.
Oh yeah, I mean,
we actually have a small one.
There's an aquarium I used to very near here, which I've been to. I went to quite several times. It's called the Blue Planet Aquarium. I don't know if it's still there, but it was a great place to visit.
I think I've heard of that one actually.
Guys, you know what I think of California? I think of it as I think of it as fool's gold state, Well, instead of becoming a gold state, it's now a fool's gold state.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, because you know what I mean about fool's gold, right?
I mean, you
Yep.
should. I mean, you should. I mean, you should know. You actually live in California.
Yeah, and I'm planning to get out in the future.
Don't blame you.
A lot of people are. And a lot of them heading for Nashville, strangely enough, in Tennessee.
Nashville.
Yeah, home of country music, or the capital of country music. But yeah, for some reason, a lot of people from California moving there. And I guess because the real estate is not expensive, but they are driving the values up. But
It's, yeah.
Although
yeah.
well, yes, Time Prophet, I am from America, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not that often. Not that often on these YouTube panels you get someone who isn't from America. Like like me, for example.
yeah. Well, that's the thing. I think it's kind of neat to have, that international connection. That's pretty sweet.
Oh, and by the way, so what do you think of Texas?
Never been there. But again, it doesn't snow in most of the places, so I could live there.
Yeah, I've actually been planning on going into Texas.
That's where I keep hearing that most people get out of California. That's where they go, Texas.
Yeah, the majority are going there, and a lot to Nevada.
But I thought Nevada was just as bad as California.
Lower taxes. That's one of the big things for Nevada, because you have the gaming industry there. It takes care of a lot of what property tax and income taxes do. But and I think there's a lot going to Arizona, but I'm not sure.
You're not. You're right, Time Prop. You're not from America, British Dalek. You're right. I'm not.
Yeah, the Dalek's not from America or Britain.
Of course, you're welcome to come over and visit anytime.
They
We got more aliens in the.
Yeah, strange.
The Dalek is from Skaro.
Skaro.
Sorry. The Dalek's from Skaro.
It says, my logo, live from Skaro. That's
from Skaro.
That's the whole theme of this channel.
Because you are the Emperor Dalek.
I'm the new Dalek Emperor. Yep.
The Time Prophet. There's something for you. Actually, you do see Pennsylvania in some movies. There was a movie made
Really?
about
Because
20 miles away from me called That Championship Season back in the 80s.
in most
And
movies,
anything M. Night
most-
Shyamalan does is Pennsylvania.
oh, of course.
There's been several others, some major, some minor, but The Sixth Sense was filmed in Philadelphia.
No, wait. No. Wait, Steven. No. Oh, Shyamalan, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Okay, so there's, most American movies, they're usually you usually see Los Angeles or New York.
Yeah, pretty much. And surprisingly, a lot of the New York scenes are filmed in Canada. And I think it's because
Canada.
it's cheaper. Yeah, I think it's cheaper to film in Toronto than it is in New York. Because you have to
Kinda
get
like-
various permits and stuff wherever you go.
Just like Jason Takes Manhattan.
Mhm.
which wasn't really filmed in Manhattan. I know.
Right.
Ironically, they should call it Jason Takes Toronto.
Wouldn't that be nice? I mean,
Jason Takes Toronto
Or Vancouver.
fun stuff.
Where's my book?
Speaking of which,
Yeah.
so what do you think of The Patriot?
Patriot, the one with Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson. Yes, Mel Gibson.
It had some really good moments in it. I'm not a huge fan of Mel Gibson, but I like some of what he's done. His version of Hamlet was really good. I liked that. But
And I did watch Mad
Patriot
Max.
had some good moments. Mad Max, I love that, and The Road Warrior. Thunderdome, it's okay. But yeah, the first two I really liked.
And
I think of what I think it's safe to say growing up I got a decent mix of British obviously British stuff. So I live in Britain. A good deal of American stuff, which they showed on the TV here, and some maybe a mix of and some Japanese stuff, gave me my great love of anime.
Mm-hmm.
Give me my
Yeah, a lot of people have really gotten into that over, especially the last 10, 15 years.
I don't blame them.
I mean,
I don't blame them at all.
The only thing like anime we ever had was Speed Racer back in the 70s or late 70s, early 80s, I think it was.
Yeah.
And that really wasn't the highest of quality. It was cheaply done. Well done, but cheaply done. And I'd never seen any of it until much later on, when people started saying, "Hey, have you seen this?" And it's like, well, no. So I checked a few things out, and it was interesting. Some of it's a little over the top with the themes.
Yeah.
What do they call it? Hentai?
Okay,
Yeah,
hentai.
Yeah, that I can't really dive into, but
Good Lord,
Yeah.
hentai.
hentai.
I've seen a few other things that were rather interesting, at least for the visual aspect. Some of the stories I couldn't follow, but from my understanding, it's a different way of telling a story as well.
Yeah. The Japanese have a very unique way of, not just a unique style of animation, but a unique way of telling their stories which is part of why I love it so much, because it's so unique.
Well, that's the thing, and what I get a kick out of is the fact that it's not my bag, but if it works for you, more power to you. But yeah, there are some great elements in some of that stuff I've seen, at least visually, and the animation, the style of animation, and the quality of animation is not that bad for the most part. Oh,
Yeah.
that's really cool.
Yeah. Especially these days, the Japanese animation looks amazing.
Yeah, and I guess
Yeah.
using the computers more makes it easier and less expensive to do a quality job.
Yeah.
At least that's the impression I get.
Yeah, anime was top dog.
Well, these days, manga and anime, they are top dog.
Yeah.
Because everything else sucks.
Yeah, I've heard Doomcock and Gary and a lot of them talk about how much better it is than our comics. And I haven't really been into comic books in 30, 40 years now. But,
Not to mention
for it.
And not to mention that Az was what was joking around saying, "Manga, stop laughing!"
Manga, stop laughing! Yeah.
And yes, Time Prophet. In Pennsylvania, it does get very cold in winter. And usually, exactly on September 1st is when it starts getting cold. It's August 31st, it's usually 86 degrees. September 1st, it goes down into the 50s and then lower. And we're only just coming out of the cold this last month.
Speaking of which,
Oh.
hey Dow,
I see.
hey Dow, remember?
Moises, I think you owe pop culture an apology.
Oh, well, sorry about that, pop culture. I was actually dumb back then. I did not know anything. I did not know anything better.
Yeah, yeah. Look,
we're good, PC.
He doesn't think that now. Pop culture. That's the way he. That's just the way he thought when he was in high school.
Yeah.
And, thank you, pop culture. I'm glad you enjoyed the show.
I'm glad you're back, man.
Yeah, I was actually dumb back then when I was in high school.
Yeah, life changes. You know, the older you get, the more information you get to work with. And you make better informed decisions with more information as you get older.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, now I know better.
Yeah. And the one thing I learned over time is never vent your frustrations at work on Facebook.
Oh, hell no.
Or Twitter.
Yeah.
Or Twitter, to be exact.
Yeah, because I got so wrapped up in Facebook back in the day, and you know.
I never use Facebook. I only ever got a Facebook account because my mother convinced me to get one so I could keep in touch with
Yeah. So that's how it was with me. My nephew was in the Navy, and he had wanted to send some pictures, and the only way he could send them was on Facebook. And this is when he was out on Iwo Jima, actually at the top of Mount Suribachi where they raised the flag. And, you know, it started out as just family and friends, and then more people I didn't know were showing up. So, you know, and then people from work. Stupid me. But, you know.
Using that language to get my channel stricken? Oh God.
Oh, I see Time Prophet is still there. Hey Dalek, remember that you said that you hated France?
I didn't say I hated France. I said I just got sick of going there.
Yeah.
Well, you better take a look on your Discord.
Oh God. Oh man, what have you sent me now? It's gonna you have someone that you love who is from France. Okay, you got me there, Moises.
And also
it's an inside joke, Don.
No problem.
And also look really dancey too, and see one word with 2 emojis.
No, Moises, Moises, I did see that, but also
and also mouse.
Also mouse. It's funny you should
bring it away, Time Prophet.
You say that, and Time Prophet's here.
And here it comes with the mouse jokes.
Here we go. Another mouse stream. John, you had to be here for my, I think it was my last, or the one my last live stream, because no, it was the one before last, because it just became nuts thanks to Time Prophet, because he
Andy.
He sounds like a really good guy.
Yes, it just descended into mouse after mouse, mouse this, mouse that. It was just because I mentioned I got a new computer mouse.
Ah,
and then it just became mouse.
mhm. Yeah, kind of like I do on Doomcock's channel now and then when I start the beaverage. Everything becomes beaver this, beaver that, beaver the other.
Oh God!
Like
Yes, that was me that started that.
I said, pop culture. Like I said, pop culture creator.
I remember that the beaver thing. Yeah, I was wondering what the hell's going on. What's all this beaver stuff? You started that.
Yep. I think one person ahead of me made a comment with a beaver, and I just ran with it all night.
Like I said, pop culture creator, I apologize that I did not knew anything better. Don't you know a word that I said?
So look, yeah. He didn't really mean what he was saying at the time. Pop culture, it's fine. Besides, we're past that now.
Yes.
Yeah, the past is the past. Why don't you just let it go, pop culture?
Oh my God.
Yeah. Something or other. But you'll have.
There's only 3. Well, okay, we're almost at 3 hours now with this stream.
Oh wow!
And that's about as long as I would usually take it.
Yeah.
I mean, because once I actually hit 3 hours, the question was, I was like, do I keep going or do I stop? Do the algorithm doesn't listen to apologies? Okay. You're talking about the algorithm. Okay, fine. The fucking algorithm. Fine. Oh no. He started.
There you go. There you go.
Who's 5 years old? Like, oh God, no. Here we go.
Good luck with the mouse jokes.
Your mouse. Oh God. If I read all of these, I'm gonna die laughing.
The wheezing Dalek.
God.
Right. Anyway, like I was saying, almost 3 hours. Question. Once I hit 3 hours, do I stop or do I keep going?
I'm getting ready for bed myself, so should be soon. So I'm going to bid you all a good night. Have a great weekend. Enjoy yourselves, and thanks for having me, Dalek. I enjoyed this very much.
It has been great having you on, John. Absolute pleasure.
Yeah, and I apologize for yelling.
life happens, But good
Yeah.
talking to you, Arthur Moises, and Time Prophet, pop culture curator. I'm glad to see you here, and Time Prophet, good meeting you. So we'll see us all again sometime. And
Okay.
hopefully, Dalek, we'll see you again on Raymond's stream again soon.
I'll try and be there if I can.
All right. All right. Well, have a good night, guys. Take care.
Yeah. Good night, John.
Good night. So it's just you and me.
It's just the two of us now, Moises.
Yep.
and of course, and of course the people in the chat, the good people in the chat, pop culture curator and Time Prophet, because as Captain Courtney Spock always says, we're nothing without the chat.
Yep. Does Time Prophet have his own YouTube channel?
He does, yeah. But I don't think he does. He doesn't do live streams. He shows up in a lot of other people's streams, but I don't think he does his own. He does some pretty good videos though. I mean, hey, Time Prophet, if you what's the fuck? You're right. You're right. The British word for a fart is Trump. That's what I originally thought back in the day when not long after he was elected. I was like, yeah, well, congratulations, America, you were elected President Fart.
and by the way, what did Kara just make a mouse joke of that?
Oh my God. Okay. Yes, I do, but I don't do. Yeah, that's what I said. He does have a channel, but he doesn't do live streams himself. You spent 3 months working on a new video. Wow, that's great, Time Prophet. I mean, if you want to, hey, if you can still come up here, Time Prophet, if you want, maybe you can tell us about this new video.
Yes.
I mean, I know it's obviously it's very late or technically very early in the UK because obviously, it's 5 o'clock here now.
It's now 9 o'clock here.
You're still rendering the CGI, right? Oh, I can't come out this time of the morning as I wake up. Oh, right. Okay,
Understandable.
Understand, Time Prophet.
Yes.
Probably shouldn't be doing this. I should be in bed myself.
Yeah, and as for me, I don't need to go to bed because it is now the weekend. I just had no school on Memorial Day.
Yeah, I've heard that from a couple places. Like it's Memorial Day in the States.
Yeah, this time it's on Monday.
Yeah, we have something like that here in the UK. Obviously, we have we have Remembrance Sunday. But that's not until November.
Huh. So a UK Memorial Day on Sunday, huh?
Oh, Time Prophet. Oh, Time Prophet's on his way out. I have to go to bed now. As a turning
Oh,
into my
well,
night. So, all right. Good. Have a good night. Have a good sleep, Time Prophet. Thank you for coming.
well, good
Thank you for
night,
being here.
Prophet.
Night. Yeah. Night. Time Prophet.
Night. Hmm.
Ugh. Okay. Well, I should since it's unless you can think of something to talk about for the next half an hour or so. Maybe it's time to think about wrapping this stream up.
Yeah. And
I
to
mean,
say at least,
it's late. It's not just. Never mind, late for me. It's late for you too, isn't it, Moises?
yeah, yeah, but I don't go to bed at this time. I could wake up whenever I want to.
Thank you. Take care, sir. Thank you. You're very welcome, Pop Culture. Thank you very much for being here. No, funny thing. My mom was just saying the other day how proud she is of me, for how polite I am to people. It's saying you were raised, saying something like you were raised right.
And by the way, Dal, I have a question.
Yeah.
So you know that special someone that I just mentioned? Do you even thought of having kids with that someone you knew?
Well, I can't, can I? She's married to you.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, how's little speaking of kids, how's little Moflay?
Well, she's good, and it's pronounced Moflay.
Moflay. Oh God, I've been saying it wrong all this time.
But it's all right. And by the way, if you end this stream, she might appear on your head. Yeah. Well, it's kind of getting late.
Yeah.
Or kind of get early in your end.
Yeah, it's 5:05 in the morning here, and this stream's been going for over 3 hours.
Yeah.
If I'd started a bit earlier in the night, maybe I'd try and make this another record-breaking stream and try and attempt try and break my record of get over 6.5 hours. But considering how late it was when I started, and how early it is now, maybe it's time to wrap things up.
Yeah. Well, I'll be heading out now.
Yeah.
And you.
Okay. Yeah. Well, if you're gonna head out and go to bed, I think it's. Yeah. I think it is time. This has been a pretty great stream. So I think. And I've had some guests on that I've never had on my channel before. So I think it is time to wrap things up now. So just need to give my last just give my last little outro. I'll give my little outro, then I can end the stream. So
Mhm.
yeah. She's correct. Good night. Yeah. All right. Thank you to everybody who came on the panel tonight. Raymond Feliciano from King Dolphin TV. John Rendell, thank you very much for staying as long as you did. I had a great time. Had a great chat with you. Thank you also to who else came on? Who else was on earlier? Oh yeah, thank you to Wendy Webb, to Captain Courtney Spock for coming in, even though he didn't stay very long. Who else was here? Oh yeah, Fef. Oh, the amazing Fef for Hire. Thank you very much, sir, for coming on. The great, fantastic having you on. Who else? Yeah, Raymond, Wendy, Fef for Hire. I'm not very good at this. You think I'd learn to be a good host by now? Well, I think that's actually. I think I've covered everybody except you, Moises.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Anyway, yeah. Well, thank you to everybody who came on the panel. Thank you to everyone in the chat who showed up tonight. My Time Prophet, Canadian Spider-Man, Pop Culture Curator, Wookie Fever, and of course you, Moises. And thank you to everybody. And I think this has been a great stream. But I think it now is time to this Dalek needs to recharge. So again, just thank you to everybody, and from the planet Skaro, this is Dalek 451 signing off. I will see you all next time. Good night, everybody.
See ya.